Pashas Rei, Dibra Master Kisishma B'Kol Hashem Lekecha, the fourth Shir, Daf Chov Gimel Amud Beis. We spoke about that Tefillah alone is not good enough. A person needs to have Torah, which will make it that Avos Hashem that he has will continue for the whole day. But now we continue saying that the foundation that the Torah is founded as a mitzvah say or mitzvah leisa say that is written inside over there, and therefore Aaron Seirborchu, the godly light, does not come, dwell, and reveal himself in the Torah to be settled in the person's heart, in the person's nefesh, but by kiyum mitzvah say mitzvah leisa say uviat haramikibechu. You have to get rid of the bad. If there's evil, in other words, there's lack of mitzvahs to say, or even worse, a person does mitzvahs, he does a transaction of mitzvahs leisa say, he does things that he's not supposed to do, then he cannot be godliness, cannot dwell over there. It does not help that all the davening in the Torah, he cannot dwell there. An example, the house which he wants to bring the king over there, first of all, you have to make sure that it's clean. Because if there's garbage over there, even though it's all settled and prepared, but if there's garbage all over the place, you cannot bring the king. The same thing that the heart should be a dwelling place to the revelation of godliness, and it should be inside of him. He first of all have to pure his heart from all different type of evil, by Isur Merab Isur, and also by taking his evil inclinations and like kas and etc. In other words, the pasuk called them Lashon Zaynim. Just like a person, like a woman which is not acting properly, she's also to her husband. The same thing if Chas Hashem, a person does mitzvahs, things against mitzvahs leisa and does not do mitzvahs say, is so to say is prohibited on his husband and the Eibishter, and therefore godliness cannot be dwelling in it. And as Chazal says, if a person says he has only Torah, he doesn't have only Torah, because if it's without the purity of the heart, he cannot come in, because he does not have the gate for the outside. And this is what it says, Lishmer is called mitzvaysav. The continuation of the pasuk, it says, Kisishma B'Kol Hashem Lekecha, Lishmer is called mitzvaysav. In order that he needs to have Lishmer watching and making sure the person has mitzvahs the way it's supposed to be. In other words, that with the mitzvahs there will be protection to the level that is being drawn through Torah, that it should be kept and it should be staying there and it should not move whatsoever. In the mitzvahs you have two levels. In the mitzvahs they are called Ramachi Vom de Malko, so to say the 248 limbs that bring down the godly by a person. It brings the livelihood of the nefesh into the specific limbs, and similar to that also by godliness, by each mitzvah brings down godliness to the world. And the second one, which is like the vessels, when you have a candle to light, so you have the vessel holding the oil and is holding the wick, and if you do not have the vessel that holds the oil and the wick, everything will fall off and everything will spill out and you won't have light. The mitzvahs are also considered like the nerve for the Eretz Torah. It brings different places if it's only the keli or it's the keli with the psila and the oil. But nevertheless, either way, either mashal, if it's only the vessel that holds the oil and the wick, or the whole part is called the nerve. In other words, the vessel that holds the oil and the actual wick. But either way, the light would not be able to stay if it does not have all of this together. The same thing, the mitzvah is considered like the candle for the light of the Torah, that the Aaron Seirborchu that comes through Torah cannot exist without the mitzvahs. And now the mitzvahs are the one that are protecting it to make sure that the light should continue and continue forever. And that has to be through Ma'aseh Pearl, doing mitzvahs. And that's what it says in the pasuk, Ve'aya Masa Tzedakah Shalim. Physical action, Ma'aseh of Tzedakah, and Tzedakah refers to all the general mitzvahs. And therefore, all the mitzvahs, when you come and say mitzvah, generally speaking, we're talking about Tzedakah, because Tzedakah refers generally to all the mitzvahs. And it says in Nehemiah, "Ve'man aleinu mitzvos la'aseh shlisha shekel." So that says we made on ourselves mitzvahs. Over there specifically refers to tzedakah. So you see that tzedakah, just like tzedakah brings life to those that do not have it, they do not have sustenance, the same thing all the mitzvahs also called tzedakah, because through tzedakah tikkuneni, if through the tzedakah everything is going to be settled. And through tzedakah, the godly light comes to the world.